Objective completed.
What's up, guys?
Yeah,
Got
they're awesome.
another game of Natural Selection 2 here.
Oh yeah, we'll just toast them.
So this game had been going on for a minute or
if you
two
get like 2 or 3 of them shooting at the same target, it's fucked.
before I started recording. You can see I just put down an OBS in main base.
This is how it should have been to begin with.
So to start the game, I put down an arms lab. I'm sorry, an armory first, and then an arms lab second.
Feel them.
You need the armory to build the observatory to get phase tech, and you need the arms lab to get armor 1, which is really important in the early game because once you get armor 1, it takes 3 bites to kill a marine from a skulk instead of 2.
Go take a peek.
So it really makes a big difference.
Losing south, guys. Someone go south.
So I'm looking at my observatory there, waiting for someone to hopefully die and respawn so they can build it.
Objective completed.
When the game started, I was on the alien side because I wanted to do my sneaky alien marine chomping, which is, the most fun for me. But they did shuffle the teams based on skill level, and it forced me on marines, and I didn't really feel like playing as a marine, so I jumped in the command chair because it's more fun for me to command.
Tunnel.
So these guys died, so they're building my observatory now. So I immediately start researching phase tech as soon as that's done.
Destroying it.
And mines at the armory, because once phase tech's up, you want to mine up your gates to prevent them from going down.
Out of ammo. Hey, commander. Command.
So when I hear something's under attack, or I hear somebody wants ammo or armor or something like, or
Use ammo.
health or whatever, I just hit spacebar. And like other RTS games, it brings you to the latest notification. So somebody requests something, I just hit space, and it puts my view right on top of them so I can see what's going on. So I just hit space there, and there they are. And I'm using the ASD and QWE keys on the keyboard. If you look at the very left of your keyboard, you have 1, 2, 3, QWE, and ASD. Those are all the hotkeys for the menu on the bottom right of the screen.
More ammo.
So I use those whenever I can. I'm not super good at it, You can see I still click down there sometimes, but I try to use the hotkeys when I can. So they had a tunnel in this room down here that we're looking at, and it's an important room because it's a tech point. There's 4 tech points on this map. I'd never played this map before. And some of the other players said they hadn't either, so it must be kind of new or rare or
I'm
something,
down to
but
the axe.
he's talking about he's got no ammo left. He's like, I'm down to my axe.
Still killing.
Still killing, in spite of you not giving me ammo, you terrible commander. That's basically what he's saying, in a very nice way. So there, I gave him some ammo.
Your base is under attack.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you look at the map,
Outta
there's
here.
4 tech points. The top middle, the bottom middle, then the middle right, and the bottom left. And generally, you want to get phase tech and phase gates up at these tech points if you can capture them. The aliens had the bottom middle one. They had a tunnel there, and we just sort of cleared it out. And now they sort of retook it back. And I've got my observatory. I did Control 3 when my observatory was selected, so now when I press 3, it automatically selects the observatory without me having to go back and click on it, and then I can do a scan by pressing A and then clicking on the map or clicking on the screen where I want to scan. And that's what those lines going out, those circular lines going out is the scan. So, the aliens, they hide and they've got shades and stuff like that, so when Marines are going into an area to clear it out, it's good to scan it. And then they can see where the aliens are hiding, and it makes them a lot more confident, a lot more likely to kill them.
Fucking wasting time building shit when we could be.
So I'm putting an armory and a phase gate down there so that they can resupply their own ammo and health without me having to drop it because that costs resources. So there's another scan I did, so you can see inside there. I've got the arms lab there. I've got armor 2 going. Starting to research shotguns. We're doing pretty good on money, on resources, so I can afford a lot of upgrades right now.
Boys, get on her.
And so yeah, we're really battling for this bottom middle tech point. It really was the turning point of the game. Is this battle here, even though I didn't realize it at the time. And they've got gorges in there, desperately trying to hold it down. But you can see their team isn't all together. Teamwork always wins this game. Whatever team is working together more tends to win. And you can see here, we've got 5 Marines all trying to take this critical tech point, and there's only 1 or 2 or 3 aliens at any given time trying to defend it. And you know, you see there's some other aliens spread out just trying to kill our resource nodes. They're not together. You know, it's good for them to try to go after the resource nodes, but it's more important sometimes to defend a critical tech point. So they didn't work together, so they didn't get it. I was playing pretty lazy. I didn't have my microphone. I mean, it was on, but I wasn't really using it. I don't really like to talk a lot generally.
Soldiers are under attack.
You know, it's funny I make these videos, but that's just because I care about these games so much. And I want to share them, but yeah, I really just don't like using a microphone or talking that much generally, so as a commander, it definitely helps to talk to your team and give them general orders about what you think they should be doing, like the general game plan, keep them together, keep them coordinated, tell them what upgrades are coming up and stuff like that. So I wasn't doing any of that, just being really lazy. I was actually eating dinner with my left hand and then playing with my right hand. So I was actually a little slower than normal because of that. I wasn't able to use the hotkeys and stuff as fast as normally.
Your base is
Fountains
under
of peace,
attack.
I'll heal ya.
So we finally took that tech point. And
We got incoming. I just saw someone.
you can see he had a shotgun because his ammo bar was green.
Your base is under attack.
They update this game so often and change the features of it so often that every time I come back and play it after a month, it's different, and I never know exactly what's happening sometimes.
What kind of toys do we got right now, guys?
Soldiers are under
Anything
attack.
fun?
Under attack.
So this is just a super
Flamethrower,
casual
yeah.
game. You know,
We got flamethrowers. Yeah,
this is like a
those.
semi-tutorial, semi-how to command.
We'll get back with one then.
A lot of NS2 matches are ruined by bad commanders,
Your base is
or
under
by
attack.
waiting and nobody wants to command, so the game never starts, and then people leave, and it kind of ruins the game that way sometimes. I just want to show you it's not that hard. If somebody wants to learn how to command, they can just sort of watch this and generally see the idea. I mean, the first thing I did was, like I said, was drop an armory as my Marines moved out, and some of them stayed and built that, and then the rest of them went to the first closest resource nodes from the base, and we built those.
Soldier needs help. Soldiers are under
See, it's
attack.
tricky because to get phase tech and to get armor 1 early in the game, which is what my strategy always usually is, even though some people don't like it, it's pretty middle of the road standard strategy.
Reload.
Soldiers are under attack.
You can't get both of those and afford 2 or 3 resource nodes at the very beginning, so you have to spread them out a little bit. So I make the armory first. When that's done building, I make an arms lab, and then I put down the first 2 or 3 resource
Man, that
nodes.
was so
Jetpacks, my
close.
friend. We need
And I make sure that no Marines are going to any more resource nodes that I'm going to have to save money to put down before I start researching Armor 1.
Your base is
So once we
under
got our
attack.
Armory and Tech Lab and our first few resource nodes, and we're not about to get any more resource nodes, then I start Armor 1 because that costs 30, which is a lot.
And they're still not. Like,
And then I make my observatory,
Soldiers are
and then I
under
start
attack.
phase tech.
Are you just not-
I
you
used to
gotta
do
know
phase tech
Your
first,
base is under
and with the
attack.
right, and
and with a good team, I think that maybe is the best way. So
yeah, I'm not saying
definitely the
it's
best
bad,
way
I'm just
sometimes
saying
because
it's not like a beat.
early on and generally for most of the game, Marines versus aliens head on. Marines are stronger, and the advantage of the alien is
Like close range.
a faster
still
movement,
rather
getting
shit.
across the map and taking over the whole map before the Marines have a chance to get there.
Your base is
So if the
under
first thing you
attack.
do is get phase tech, and you give your Marines like really good movement all over the map, then they have the movement advantage and the fighting advantage, and there's nothing the aliens can really do, except for maybe try to do a coordinated rush.
Soldiers are
But
under
that
attack.
sacrifices armor 1, and if your Marines aren't a good shot, then they'll get eaten, and then they don't stay alive long enough to make the phase gates. So on most public games, you know, with average people that aren't trying super hard, which is what I like, because I actually think more competitive, trying harder games are less fun sometimes, because people are trying so hard that they stop having fun, so. Yeah, so for public servers, I just do the mixture. Get Armor 1 going first, and then do phase tech. And usually by the time Armor 1 is finishing, the Marines will
Go
have
back
moved
around,
out
buddy.
across the map enough to put phase gates down. Sometimes if you do phase tech at the very start, by the time it'll be done so quickly that Marines won't even be at the tech points you want to put the phase gates at, because they haven't had a chance to get there yet.
Soldier needs health.
You kind of have to plan it and talk to them when you do phase tech first. You got to say, okay, we're doing phase tech first, so I want you guys to move out all together to the first 2 tech points, and when you get there, don't leave, because what the Marines normally want to do is keep pushing forward, and once an area is clear, they want to keep pushing forward and clear the next area. But sometimes what happens, or a lot of the times what happens, is they push forward into the next area and die, then they lose the last 2 areas that they had just pushed through. And if they had just stayed at the tech points and defended them, they could hold it down, because like the bigger rooms, the wide open rooms, like tech points usually are bigger rooms. The Marines have an advantage.
Aquarium?
Because with the guns versus melee, that Marines versus aliens, the big wide open spaces, the guns have an advantage. So if you camp out at those tech points, it's easier to defend it than if you push forward into a narrow hallway and then get eaten by a alien. So yeah, we got weapons 3 on the way. I already got the prototype lab, advanced armory, and we're searching exos now. So they've got advanced weapons. He's got his flamethrower.
Soldier needs health. Soldiers are under attack.
There is a flare.
I put a command chair up at the tech point in the north, just in case the aliens were going to rush our main command chair and kill it, and they would win if we didn't have a second one built.
I just made that
And
video
that's
online.
one of the things I'm the worst at as a commander, actually, is beaconing and getting all the Marines back when they're rushing. But yeah, so he's got purple
Soldiers are under attack.
ammo bar. That means he's got a grenade launcher, I guess. And if they have a green ammo bar, they have shotgun. The blue ammo bar is just the standard submachine gun you start with.
Soldiers are under attack.
Pick up my flamethrower.
So whenever there's a
For the
cluster of
greater good.
Marines asking for health and ammo, and they've been
Can I use
battling
it
in that
for
area for
people?
quite some time, it's generally better just to
That
drop an
too.
armory like that, or not, so they can get their own health and ammo. Because it adds up, and if you keep dropping health and ammo packs, you can run out of resources pretty quickly.
Your base is under Command attack. station under
And
attack.
it's good to get built up too, once you get that. Once you start building, then you can start building other stuff like the res node and power. And if you have a ton of money, you can put down an observatory so that the aliens can't sneak up on you.
Station under attack.
See, they're rushing the north base, but I'm so bad at beaconing that I don't even try. I don't even think I had an observatory up there, but I knew we had 2 comm chairs, so I didn't really care that much. I just dropped a comm chair in the south when I noticed that the north one was going down, just so that we'll have 2, just so that they can't rush us and win, because that happens a lot, actually.
Soldier needs health.
When a team knows they're losing,
Soldier
they'll-
needs health.
they'll be like, okay guys, let's get together and let's rush one
Your
last
base is
try.
under attack.
And it really works if the other team's not ready.
Station taking damage.
It's all about teamwork, and it's all about working as a team and listening to each other. If one person says, hey guys, let's do this, let's team up and do this, and nobody listens to them, that's not a good sign.
Your base is under attack.
Like, it only takes 1 or 2 people with microphones, really, to be coordinating things, and the rest of the people don't even have to talk as long as they just
For fuck's
listen
sake.
and follow everybody else and what they're doing together. That's all it really takes to have a good team. It's funny because
Oh, there you go.
this game, because teamwork is what makes you win
Gotta roast them there.
99% of the time. It makes you think a lot of. It makes you. Obviously, makes you think a lot about teamwork and what makes good teamwork and what makes good communication. And you know, some of the other NS2 players now were talking about what a total shit show a real army would be, like, you know, the real U.S. Army in real life, if there was no training or anything.
Your base is under
Because you
attack.
see how people are in this game when they don't know what they're doing, and it's just so ridiculous. And I can't even imagine how bad it would be in real life with no training. But
Soldiers are under
oh yeah,
attack.
I've been wanting to do entire videos on morale, because it's incredible the power of morale in this game. Once your team thinks they're winning or they think they're losing, and they start acting like it, it makes such a big difference.
Your base is under attack.
So many, it's like it's crazy.
Hello, Exo. You're looking good today,
Yeah,
boy.
making a forward phase gate here, right outside their hive for the final push. And I was going to recycle the phase gate that was right there, but it looks like the aliens killed it for me, so I don't even need to. Because you don't want more than 3 phases. I mean, 4 is okay sometimes, but you get too many, and then it takes too long to go through them all and figure out where you're
Fix the
going as a
exo.
marine.
Needs ammo.
So
Back off. Everybody fix them.
Objective completed.
yeah, I would give myself like a 5 out of 10 for being a good commander in this game, because
Don't mess the stuff up here.
I basically didn't talk and try to coordinate at all. And I was eating, so I didn't have like super fast response time for dropping
Soldiers
Med
are
med packs and
under
ammo
attack.
packs either.
Your base is under attack.
Going for the
Basically
phase
did
gate.
like the bare minimum of what you'd expect out of a commander, just built all the things you generally need to build.
Soldier needs help.
I didn't even beacon for that north base when it was going down, or anything like
Soldier
that.
needs help.
So here I'm dropping a bunch of med and ammo packs,
Soldiers are under attack.
which you want to do anytime your team is in a hive killing it.
Your base is under attack.
It's totally worth it.
Command station under attack.
Because once that hive, I mean, this is their last hive, so we take this down, we win. So in a situation like this, there's never a reason not to just drop tons of meds and ammo everywhere. So that they can just keep shooting it and not worry about dying, running out of ammo.
Soldiers are under attack.
Burn it, boys.
Anyway, I've been super busy lately. I wish I had
Burn it
more time to make
all.
these videos, because I've got so many ideas for videos.
We burned them good.
Like I could do so many different tutorial videos on this game from different
I love
aspects of
how
it.
Alien Hive just explodes even though they surrendered.
See, flamethrowers and jetpacks. That's boss.
That's useless.
Only because of the.
So we are ahead on
weird
RTs,
flamethrower
on
damage.
resources, and on kills for the entire game. So,
I kept killing someone as a lurk. I don't know who.
like I
did.
said, the
It's
bottom
not
middle
too
base,
bad. I was saying how
Once we took
Window is
that-
not OP.
that was really the turning point of the
Yeah,
match.
but they made it hell of a-
They weren't working together to defend it.
Look at my
It's just
awesome
viable.
action.
Like, you think about how
I'm
fucking
stuck
good
right here in the
they
ready
are.
room. I can't move for some reason. So I joined the
Yeah,
team
shit.
and then hit F4 to go back to the ready
Right,
room. If you
yeah,
type in
let's help.
J1 or J2, you can join the
Got it,
team.
Marine.
Instead of walking into the aliens room, you can just type in J2 and you'll join alien. And it's faster. And if you want to join a map or you want to, sometimes you'll be waiting because the teams won't be balanced. You want to join one team, you're waiting for someone to join the other team so you can join that team. And like, they join the Marines and you want to join aliens, so you press, so you wait for them to get a Marine and you go to run into the alien room and somebody joins before you and takes the spot.
No.
If you just typed it into the console instead of running into the room, you would have taken their spot. So if you know what I mean, you can join quicker that way. Anyway, I was looking for a secret room in that ready room and I couldn't find one. So yeah, see you guys next time.